Because let's be honest, that meme about Asian families where if you're not a doctor, lawyer, or engineer, you're a disgrace to the family is actually kind of true. Hey everyone, it's Krisha from Third World Book Nerd. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, this is where we talk about books, reading, and the nerd life in the Philippines. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Today, as I'm filming this one, the new trailer for Trese just dropped, and I'm feeling a lot of things, especially for the future of the Filipino creative scene. So, that's what we're talking about today. Our hopes and dreams for the Filipino creative. So, stick around. You know what? Bonus, we're gonna do that while I fold my laundry because walang YouTube sa bahay na ito, you guys. Mamilo ka kay na kay labhanan. You know, when I first started Third World Book Nerd, all I wanted to do was prove that you can create booktube content even if you're from a developing country like the Philippines, where internet is slow, book prices are high, and there are roosters everywhere. But then all of a sudden it became so much more than that, you know. I realized that I had an audience, and all of a sudden I was part of this creative community, which seems so crazy to me because all I did was make videos with chaka, ukulele, background music, you know. I felt like I was part of this ecosystem of Filipino creatives who's like struggling to get their work out there, struggling to promote local storytellers, struggling to just find a place in this whole wide world. So when the trailer of Trese dropped the other day, I was like in tears. Okay, overwhelmed kay ko to hear our own language in this very nicely produced animated series that's being streamed in the whole region. Where it's such a big deal. And I've been following the creators of Trese for such a long time. Like Deviant Art years pa to nako, like so long ago. And like to see their work out there finally being consumed by a global audience is like super overwhelming. It kind of blew my mind. It kind of made me ask, what does the future look like for the Filipino creatives? What hopes and dreams do I have for our local storytellers? So that's what I'm gonna enumerate today, okay? If you like what you see, don't forget to like this video, maybe subscribe to our channel, share this one with your friends, you know the drill. Thank you so much. Here are 3 things that I'm hoping Filipinos could have in the near future. Number 1, more Filipino stories by Filipino storytellers consumed by a global audience. Kasi makayong ka, wow, Krish, isn't that like an impossible dream? Let me stop you right there. It's definitely not easy, but it's doable. I mean, just look at Trese, treading fresh ground on Netflix. Look at Arsenic and Adobo, or Lalani of the Distant Sea, making waves in the publishing industry as a whole. Raya and the Last Dragon, wala ko nakafeel og lukso ng dugo ana niya, but as a Southeast Asian, I'll take it. The point is, there is an increased demand for Asian stories by Asian storytellers right now. What, you think those K-dramas produced by Netflix is a coincidence? It is not. Especially with the emergence of streaming platforms right now, there is an insane demand for original stories. The platform is already there and there is a need to be filled. Now is a great time to tell stories that are uniquely ours because you know what? Here's the harsh truth. No one else is gonna tell it for you. But for this to happen, we need one more thing, which leads me to my second hope, which is I want an economy that supports and protects the Filipino creative. Krish, unsa man mo mga hope? Uy, mga suntok sa buwan, mga kaini. Sure na jud ni, mahitabo yun ni sa karon nga lifetime. Day, ambot sa day. I don't know also, but the important thing is we try. Okay? Try is the word. It's not a stretch to say that Filipinos make up a huge chunk of the creative market all over the world. Dili lang sa Philippines, dili lang sa Southeast Asia, but the whole wide world. Okay? Whether it's in animation, story development, music, you bet nga naadyo'y Filipino ana ang mga department. A lot of the Disney shows that you consumed as a child, a lot of those Nickelodeon shows, the video games that you play, some of those are made by Filipino studios. Which makes you ask, Krish, if there's so many talented people out there, why man ang atong animations diri sa atong mga local shows kay tsaka man lagi gihapon? Why do we have to suffer through ang probinsyano's really weird storylines and bad close-ups? Why are our creatives doing mostly outsourced work? Why are we left to tell other people's stories and build other people's dreams? Nga no, Krish. Ingna ko, Krish. Ingnon jud ka. That's because the infrastructure to support the local creative is flimsy at best. Access to training and education is difficult and expensive. Local creatives are severely underpaid and always lowballed. And our intellectual property laws that are supposed to protect these creators are virtually non-existent. So sa may choice atong creatives, why take a chance here when everything is better on the other side? I know all of this sounds really depressing, but that is the reality that most of our creatives face. That being said, I'm still hoping for a Philippines that would pay, protect, and promote its creatives. Kaya murag, usik yung kayo, friends. As in, would it not be super awesome if animation or like game dev or like story development would be available in Tesla or whatever? How about create intellectual property laws that would actually protect the creators? How about start with infrastructure for fast internet? Dahil mura na jugog Miss Universe, ano ako mga advocacy, dahil pwede na ako mo-appeal sa competition. You know, if we have an economy that supports the local creator, maybe we can achieve this third hope of mine. And that's a community that does not discourage people from pursuing careers in the creative industry. But I feel na mas challenging siya than the first two because let's be honest, that meme about Asian families wherein kung dili ka doctor or engineer or lawyer, you are a disgrace to the family, that's actually kind of true. Ingna ko wrong ko, but at one point in your life, if you're from a typical Filipino family, asahan yun ka nga ikaw mag-aahon sa inyo sa laylayan ng kahirapan. Ingna ko wrong. Ngayon, saan man na mo pagbuhat dahil kung mag-drawing-drawing ka, magsuwat-suwat ka, mag-buat-buat ka cartoons. Mga na impressions of Filipino families, traditionally. You can argue nga, oh my God, Krish, di magudi nga natanan, but you can't deny that there's some truth to it. Now imagine, what if we build a sustainable economy around the creatives industry? Will people start to encourage their kids to write stories, submit screenplays, work on their soundtracks, work on their videography skills, be producers? What then? What then, ha? Ingna ko, what then? It's such a far away dream, but can you imagine a generation gainfully employed by doing what they actually like? Can you imagine a Philippines without brain drain? Can you imagine a world where the starving artist stereotype does not exist anymore? As I fold my clothes this evening, I invite you to think of a future where all of this is possible. But for that to happen, you can't just stop with making this YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? You have to take actionable steps towards the right direction. Number 1, support your local creatives. Support your local storytellers. They need all the support that they can get. If you can buy their work, go do it. Ay na pa-mirate o work, day. Lisod kayo magbuhat o work ngayon. Murang i-pirate. Pag sure na yung gana mong life decision. Make good choices, day. Mana ka, Krish, di mo ka-afford. If di ka ka-afford, you can do your part by spreading the word instead. Second, learn about our roots. There's so many good stories in our culture that's uniquely, inherently ours. Create stories about it. Create conversations about it. Research more about it. Experience it in real life. Create art around it, you know? And lastly, if you can, please support nonprofits who are lobbying for better laws for our creatives, because there are people out there, there are organizations out there who are actually fighting for intellectual property rights, for the creative industry as a whole. So if you know these organizations, do your best to support them in any way that you can, okay? Girl, para gini sa kinabukasan, girl. We might not reap the benefits right away, but at least we're building a better future for those who will come after us. Oh my God, Miss Universe 2021. Ang cutie ng Mactan Island, third world book nerd. Oh my God. So that's it, friends. Those are all my thoughts about the Filipino creative industry. Thanks to Trese. Oh my God. That little trailer did a number on me emotionally. So, how about you? What's your dream for the local creative industry? Let me know in the comments below. And as usual, if you like what you see, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, maybe share this one to your friends. I would really super duper 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 appreciate it a lot. So yeah, that's actually it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. My pilonon is still yay thick, so marami-rami pa akong dapat piluin. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. This has been Krisha from Third World Book Nerd, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Can I just share? These are my favorite pair of shorts. And look at what the dog did.